you, alone with her thoughts. And so last time she always do all of it. Like, maybe today we could use some Pinot Grigio. So she loved it. So every day we let her bottle, put this little vial, those sponges, little square sponges. She's always here and didn't pass it away. No. I'm sorry.
It's not away, and it's not away. She's right here, but she died. She left this body. Yeah, and you to do that will help us.
Well, I family does. Although sometimes some people slip in. I don't ever.
It's a good job for us to help her. Not one that you have to take on, but you, by your example, you have to take on.
Well, being a parent is not normal.
Yes, it is. Why do you need your pen?
Me too. Now I need my glasses so I can see what
Uh-oh. I don't have any.
Yes.
So you know, beautiful thing about today is
No, they're not getting it until later. So we're going to church in Stowe tonight. Gorgeous church.
The one right
Big
on Main
white
Street?
church.
Yeah, I've been to some concerts. What time do you love service?
I don't know. I think probably early in the
I just think most of the money it's not really military. And you'll never mock it. Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember you were on podcast. So that's perfect. Yeah. Kids are like that. And then stay in the Airbnb and then do Christmas together.
And do they actually, they play with you on the circuit? They don't try to kill you?
No.
They're strong like that.
I'm not a cat person. That's the worst part.
You and Mari.
Well, I've had Kathy, Maya, and Mikhail, two daughters and a wife. We also had dogs. We had 3 dogs. I we have a 17-year-old.
And it's good to recognize her.
I'm sure.
She knows that
She's also a lot when you're walking around. She looks at you. Scopes you out. Says, where are you going to sit? Where are you going to sit? She watches you. And then we sit down for 15 seconds.
whether it's you or
Pretty much.
wow. Yeah, I like it.
Good riders.
I'll write it on well, my grandfather actually and I went there so I did collect bumpers in
Nice. All right, so you want me to write down anything else? What's your website?
well, I'm going to send it to you.
Okay. I'll remember. Email?
This is mine. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Just get my
Give me your
glasses.
email or don't do that, John. Just write big. We all have it. We all write big. Really big. It's a gratification.
Yeah. Comedy. You're the second rule.
I even wrote down every song that she sang. So
Since you asked.
and she had on spiked heels. She didn't wear a wig. Oh yeah, that'd be
For millennia, the Western Abenaki people have called this land home. They have loved and cared for this land. We now have the privilege of gathering here as a religious community. Let us do so, honoring this legacy of love and stewardship on this beautiful and special morning.
Good morning. My name is Tom Shurston. My pronouns are he, him, and his. And I'm very glad to be teaming with fellow worship associate.
I'm Del Waterhouse, and my pronouns are she, her. And we're delighted to welcome both those of you here in the sanctuary and those of you on the live stream, to our multi-generational, no rehearsal Christmas pageant. We appreciate your presence. If you are a newcomer, please join us at coffee hour so that we may get to better know each other.
Just like the stable more than 2,000 years ago, today's service may be noisy, at times a little unorganized, and perhaps blessed with the sound of crying babies. Jesus was a baby after all. He wiggled, he squirmed, and he cried. Please know that we have hearing assist devices at the small table at the rear of the sanctuary, and also that the service is being live streamed in the fireplace room.
If you have come this morning following the star of wonder and delight, recognizing that each child born is a precious gift, we welcome you.
If you have come following the star of hope, hope that the promise of peace is one that still rings true, we welcome you.
This morning especially, we welcome all as we build a loving community. So let's take a few moments right now and all join in the welcoming by turning to our neighbors in the pews and sharing a few words of greeting.
They do this part really well.
They do.
Did you find out about it?
I didn't, so I'm gonna leave that one.
Thank you for sharing these warm greetings. You are invited to continue your conversations at coffee hour. And please remember that tonight we have a candlelight service of lessons and carols, which starts at 6:30. So thank you again for welcoming everybody here.
And now, let's take a deep breath. Make sure our cell phones are silenced. Oops. And enter more deeply into our time of worship with the prelude.
Good morning. My name is Sally Armstrong. I'm the Interim Director of Spiritual Exploration. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. As your worship leader this morning, I would like to begin with a few words from Dr. Seuss. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. Oh, come all ye faithful and doubtful and joyful and blue, Mary and Joseph, Rudolph and Frosty, and me and you, to hear Christmas stories, some old and some new, reminding us that love, hope, and mystery are true. Now let us rise in body or in spirit and sing, "O come all ye faithful." It is printed in your order of service.
Let us now light the chalice, symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. This morning, we welcome Dell Waterhouse to light this chalice. As she does, I invite you to light a chalice at home if you have one nearby. We light this flame, an enduring symbol of our collective commitment to lead with truth and compassion.
All month, we've been lighting the candles of the Advent wreath as we mark the season of waiting and preparation. On this, the fourth Sunday of Advent, we light 4 candles. One for hope.
I hope it works.
I don't know where the big matches went. Aha. One for peace. One for joy. And the 4th candle for love. As we do so, I invite you to consider what love is growing within you this season. May the light of this candle help us bring more love into the world. And may hope, peace, joy, and love be with us in our time of worship this morning.
Shortly before Thanksgiving, I ducked into a local store to grab a few things. An entire wall of brightly colored tubes of holiday wrapping paper greeted me as I entered. I was surprised by the number of choices. The assorted reds, greens, golds, and blues were all presented in an arrangement designed to entice the shopper. Temporary cardboard displays containing gift bags, tape, ribbon, and bows stood nearby. Everything needed to complete the gift wrapping task in one handy location. As I pushed my cart through the store, collecting the bits and sundry on my list, my thoughts kept returning to that wall of paper. Paper surely destined, after a moment of glory, for the trash bin. Do people still buy fresh wrapping paper every year when there are so many planet-friendly options, I wondered? But that wasn't what was really puzzling me. Christmas, and Hanukkah too, are holidays that arrive with loads of built-in mysteries. Why then, I questioned, do we wrap presents in the first place? Simply to add more mystery and suspense? In this season of mystery, wonder, imagination, faith, and surprise, they are in abundance and completely intertwined. I guess disguising that pair of socks in a decorative box with the satin ribbon just adds another layer of, well, fun. As Unitarian Universalists, we are a church of open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands. But we could easily add that we are also a people who love mysteries, puzzles, and endless discussions. We want to figure things out. We watch British mysteries on television, join book clubs that are strictly one genre only. We love fixing the last puzzle piece in its proper place. We share our daily Wordle scores on Facebook. And as you use, we delve into the deeper mysteries of life in small groups and discussion circles. We know not every mystery will be solved, and a solution wrapped up with ribbons, tinsels, and bows. But we have faith that sometimes we will get lucky and we will make sense of things. This brings me to an event that began as a mystery, and even though it has been resolved year after year, it still remains a mystery that we accept on faith. Gee, how's that for an enticement? UUs also love riddles, by the way. In December of 2011, my first holiday on staff of UCM, I was informed that it was up to me to provide the cast for the annual pageant as part of the community carol sing. The script wasn't exactly to my liking, but it had been written, provided, and read by the same gentleman for years. It was tradition. All I had to do was enlist participants. With only a couple short weeks to prepare, I began to panic. How would I get enough children to voluntarily show up on the big night in costumes, ready to assume their roles. To my knowledge, until that year, the cast had been comprised exclusively of children. But what if no children showed up? The pageant would be ruined, and I would be humiliated before the entire community. The roles of Mary, Joseph, the star, and angel of the Lord were distributed to a few willing children, and baby Jesus was a tightly swaddled plastic doll. After a lot of consideration, I decided the only thing I could do was to enlist some adults to take the main roles, thus ensuring that at least we'd have a few shepherds and 3 wise men. Hopefully, there would be a few additional children to fill in the roles of angels and shepherds. After church, on the Sunday preceding the carol sing, we had a short practice, a trial run. As I read the script aloud, I instructed the actors to pause at strategic moments and to take note that when the final lines referring to the Magi were read, to follow the wise men, my husband Dave, Art Stuckey, and Bob Thomas off to their own country. The night of the pageant arrived. I was filled with trepidation. It was truly a Christmas mystery. How are we going to pull this thing off? Well, I had done all I could. The pews were filling up. Seating was limited, and the lights were beginning to dim. At that point, yes, at that point, the narrator informed me that no, there would be no pauses. He wouldn't pause in the reading, and neither would the cast. The players would just march down the aisle in a long parade, and when they reached the front of the sanctuary, they would hold their positions in a tableau while Catherine played Silent Night. Well, great. By now, the performers were scattered around the darkening sanctuary. There was no way to tell them of this change in the plan. Since the wise men were supposed to lead everyone out, I just tell them to stay in their positions. Okay, breathe. And suddenly, there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host. Exhale, wonder, and joy personified as angels of all sizes, dressed in slips, nightgowns, and fancy dresses, appeared as though they came from heaven itself. It was amazing. Then, there it was, the cue. And being warned in a dream not to follow Herod, they departed to their own country by another way. Dave, Art, and Bob remained kneeling, well, kind of kneeling, not moving at any rate. The adult shepherds nearest the Magi, Ann Ferguson, Betty Barnes, and Nancy Schultz, began to get a little concerned. Depart to your own country. No, she told us to stay here. You're supposed to depart. No, we're supposed to stay here. Then poor Anna Van Ness, holding the star, began to whisper to the shepherds, "What do I do? What do I do?" That was the longest version of Silent Night I had ever heard. Finally, with the last note still reverberating into the night, the 3 wise men, departed to their own country another way, and all was right with the world. The following year, the carol sing was held at Christ Church, and they were in charge of producing the pageant. But those of us involved in that first multi-generational pageant had so much fun that when we heard that there were other churches doing a no rehearsal pageant, we knew it was something we wanted to implement in our church. Our pageant is similar to those other pageants, but it still retains our own special UCM flavor. Each year, it has been a mystery. Will anyone show up? Can we do it on Zoom? Will we have a real baby, or do we need to find that plastic doll? Will someone arrive draped in Christmas lights like Noah Wikimili did that first year, asking where he could plug in? Will we hear the sacred message while donning shepherd's bathrobes, tinseled halos, improvised crowns, and carrying hockey stick shepherd's crooks? For the gift that is our annual nativity pageant, there is no need for wrapping paper, ribbons, or bows. It comes wrapped in hope, faith, love, wonder, and joy. Please don't leave those treasures behind when you leave this morning. Carry them with you into the new year.
Our giving is a spiritual act, and our generosity is a form of love and gratitude. Charity is central to the well-being of our church community and beyond, as well as primary to our own sense of self. The community pouch recipient this month is Central Vermont Refugee Action Network. Half of our cash offerings will go to our pouch recipient, and checks will go to the church unless noted otherwise. You can give directly to CV-RAN by texting GIVE to 802-266-4848, and that is written in your order of service. We are so thankful for each and every one of you for your generosity in its many forms. Thank you for passing the green pouches from the side aisles to the center aisle for collection, and your offering is greatly received. Please now enjoy a special music offering, Come and See What's Happening in the Barn, written by the Gaither Vocal Band and performed this morning by our friend, John Gailmore.
Hope you feel like singing. We're going to rehearse quickly. So here's your part, and we're going to, your reputation for singing precedes you. And, so, when I point to you, you're going to be my echo, okay? Did I point to you? Love it. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's try it. It's just 3 words you're going to sing. Come and see.
Come and see.
Come and see.
Come and see.
Wow. Tremendous. Come and see what's happening in the barn. I've seen nothing like this since I've been on the farm. Those strangers camping out there have a baby in their arms. Come to see what's happening in the barn. Here we go. Come and see.
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 Must have been sometime about close to midnight. Big old guy came knocking at my door. Said his wife was about to have a baby. She just couldn't travel anymore. He said the rooms had all been rented out, but they'd find shelter out there in the barn. They'd throw some blankets in the manger. Then they'd all be dry and safe from harm. Here we go. Come and see.
Come and see.
Come and see.
Come and see.
Come and see what's happening in the barn. I've seen nothing like this since I've done the farm. Those strangers camping out there have a baby in their arms. Come and see what's happening in the barn. Sometime before dawn I was awakened. Light was flooding through the window pane. A star as bright as moonlight was a shining, and music
to have a look around. I tell you, I could not believe my eyes. A crowd had gathered all around the manger. They were talking about God's big surprise. Here we go. Come and see. 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 Come and see what's happening in the barn. I've seen nothing like this since nothing on the farm. Those strangers camping out there have a baby in their arms. Come and see what's happening in the barn. The shepherd said that they'd been on the hillside, telling stories just to stay away. The baby lambs were sleeping near the campfire. The ewes were huddled by the stones that's gay. Then the sky just seemed to open wide. With lights and sound they just couldn't bear. And what they swore were angels sang in chorus. You'll see the new Messiah over there. Here we go. Come and see. Come and see. Come and see. Come and see. Come and see what's happening in the barn. I've seen nothing like this since I've been on the farm. Those strangers camping out there had a baby in their arms. Gonna see what's happening in the barn. Come and see what's happening in the barn. I've seen nothing like this since I've been on the farm. Those strangers camping out there had a baby in their arms. Come and see what's happening in the barn. One more time. Come and see. 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 Oh, by the way, my pronouns are he, him, and it. Thank you.
Well, the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for our annual no rehearsal Christmas pageant. Now, I assure you that no rehearsal is needed. I will give you instructions. If you need to get in your costumes, I'm going to give you a couple minutes to do that. Shepherds will be over in that corner. Angels and the Holy Family will be about in the middle. And angels over there. So if you would now go, if you are a participant in the, pardon me? Oh, sorry, I forgot about those guys. Oh, yeah, what was I thinking? How about the, well, did I say this wrong? Shepherds, angels, wise people. Try that again. You see, you don't need any rehearsal. Shepherds, angels, wise UUs, Mary and Joseph in the middle. I will be bringing out the manger. Those of you who are sitting quietly in the pews for a couple of seconds, what I'd like to ask you, this isn't in the script, but I saw somebody else doing this and it tipped me off. If you'd like to take pictures during this, that would be great. So don't put your phones away, just put them on silent. Okay, I think we're ready. And so the story begins. In those days long ago and far away, in what today is known as Israel and Palestine, Caesar Augustus ordered a census, a very careful counting of every person to be taken throughout the empire. Everyone had to travel to his own ancestral hometown to be registered. For some people, that meant a long journey. Joseph, a carpenter from Nazareth in Galilee, went from the town of Nazareth up to Galilee to Bethlehem in Judea, David's town for the census. David was his ancestor, and that's where he had to go. No discussion. He went with Mary, his fiancée, who was pregnant. The trip was not easy, especially for Mary. She was so uncomfortable. They traveled for many days, and sometimes through nights that were only brightened by stars. Welcome to the stable. Now, I told you, or I didn't tell you, but I should have told you, that there is a part for everyone, even those of you who's remaining in the pews. So whenever you hear the word, now listen carefully, when you hear the word stars, not star, but stars, raise your hands and wiggle your fingers. Try that. Good job. Now, I know that some of you have had this same role for a dozen years. You've gotten really good at the... I've decided to spice things up a bit, and when you wiggle your fingers, you are going to get the only dialogue in the whole pageant. So when you hear the word stars, you're going to raise your hands and you're going to go, twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. Okay, let's hear it. Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. Okay, great. I knew you'd do it. Okay. Listen, because your part's going to come again. While Mary and Joseph were in Bethlehem, the time came for the baby to be born. She gave birth, to a son. Her firstborn. She wrapped him tightly in a blanket and laid him in a manger, the wooden trough where the hay for the animals usually went, because there was no room in the inn. That same night, there were shepherds camping in the neighborhood that set watches over their flocks. Now, wait a second. I know you think this is the time for the shepherds to come in, but wait 1 minute, because first we have a part for an angel. Now, somebody who is still sitting in the pews, who is just thinking, I didn't come with a costume, but I'm getting moved, I would like to be in this pageant. I have a job. Is there anyone who would like to be the angel of God? Does he want to? Come on up. Congratulations. Okay, and you can do whatever you want, or whatever. Suddenly, God's angel stood among the shepherds, and God's glory blazed around them. It's no wonder that the shepherds were terrified, but the angel said, thank you. The angel said, don't be afraid. I'm here to announce a great and joyful event that is meant for everybody worldwide. A Savior has just been born in the city of David, a Savior who is the Messiah and Master. This is what you're to look for, a baby wrapped in a blanket, laying in a manger. Now we're going to need more angels. So angels, you're beckoned it forward. Come, little angels. At once, the angel was joined by a huge angelic choir, a multitude of the heavenly hosts, singing and praising God. glory in the highest heavens, peace to all people on earth. As the angel choir, well, they're not quite here. Let's wait for the angels to totally arrive before they depart. Okay, so the angels withdrew into heaven, which strangely enough is right here. Sit right there. So angels, if you would sit here, that would be great. Okay, shepherds, as soon as we get the angel choir, have you seen a more glorious multitude of heavenly hosts? Now, shepherds, it's time for you. Please come to the front and find a spot near the little family. Let's get over to Bethlehem as fast as we can and see for ourselves what God has revealed to us, said the shepherds. It was hard walking in that sand. They found Mary and Joseph and the baby lying in a manger. Seeing was believing. They told everyone they met what the angels had said about the child. All who heard the sheep herders were amazed. But Mary kept these things to herself and holding them deep within herself. So the shepherds knelt around the manger, glorifying and praising God for everything they had seen and heard. After Jesus was born, a band of scholars, magi, royalty, and wise Unitarian Universalists arrived in Jerusalem from the east. This is the perfect time. You've already got it. The wise Unitarians are coming forward. They began to ask around, where can we find and pay homage to the newborn King of the Jews? For a long time, we have been observing all the stars. Stars in the sky. And although they were quite lovely, we have discovered a beautiful star in the eastern sky that signaled his birth. We're on a pilgrimage to worship him. Now, here's another starring role for someone. Do I have someone who would like to be the star?
I've been behind you. I came up the middle aisle.
Would you like this star too?
No, I would just like to do this.
Okay, but I put out an ask for a star for 3 weeks and no one came forward, so I made this one.
We would not want you to waste your
I don't want to waste my talents, so thank you very much. So, okay, that evening, just as wait a minute, I lost my place. And although quite lovely, we have discovered a beautiful star. I already read that, but there it is. That evening, just as the stars,
Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.
you guys are good, came out, the extraordinary star appeared again, the same star they had seen in the eastern sky. It led the company on until it hovered over the place of the child. They could hardly contain themselves. They were in the right place at the right time. The scholars, the magi, and the kings and queens entered the stable and saw the child in the arms of Mary, his mother. In silence, they knelt and worshiped him. Then they opened their packs and presented gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
And baby wipes.
A departure from the script. Let us pause for a moment. Let's look at this scene. It was a special night, a night full of mystery and wonder with stars and angels, shepherds and seekers and animals too. They came for many different reasons, in search of many things. A savior, a king, something curious, something grand. What they found was a baby. What they found was love. What they found was hope. What they found was joy. Actually, it was not that different from the night you were born. Well, aside for the angels, the star, the sheep herders, and the strangers from the east, New Hampshire. Aside from that, the night you were born was a special and holy night too. For each night a child is born is a holy night. While our actors return to their places in the pews, let us join together and sing. We'll let them leave first, but you can be finding the hymn and standing in your place, for it came upon a midnight clear. And you may rise in body or spirit, and we will sing together, It Came Upon a Midnight Clear. No.
There it is. It's on
Try-
now.
Do what? Am I?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay. The next thing we're going to do is meditation and prayer time. Now, I'm going to speak to the children mainly, but the adults can listen too. Is what we're going to do is we're going to sit very quietly for 1 whole minute. And when you're sitting quietly, sometimes when people have meditation and prayer, they're thinking about something. Maybe you're thinking about what happened this year. Maybe you're going to think about what you're hoping will happen tomorrow. Maybe you just want to sit quietly and be. This is a very busy time of year. And in the children's chapel, we have been learning a song, and I hope some of you are here will help me sing it. The words are in your order of service, and we'll, and just 1 second, a minute, Eliza, I'm going to tell you one other thing we'll do, is that we will start with the song, we will be quiet for 1 minute, and then I will ring the gong so you'll know when the time is up, okay? So these are the words you can see in your program, your bulletin. Now you'll give me the cue. Brother, sister, take your time, go slowly. Listen deep within yourself. Simple things are holy. twice more, and then we'll go into quiet. Brother, sister, take your time, go slowly. Listen deep within yourself. Simple things are holy. Brother, sister, take your time, go slowly. Listen deep within yourself. Simple things are holy. A group of shepherds went in search of the child. A company of magi journeyed to Bethlehem, and we're told there was a multitude of angels. Christmas just feels better when it's shared in community. The community we create with family and friends, and the community we create together in this space, this physical space, and the space that includes those on Zoom and on YouTube. Whether you are sitting on one of these old wooden pews, watching from a van in the Arizona desert, tuning in from a snowy mountain in Colorado, watching peacefully from the fireplace room downstairs, or in your jammies somewhere in Montpelier, you too are part of our Christmas Eve community. In an effort to make our connection with community concrete and visible, let's work together to decorate our tree. On either end of the pews, you will find some perfectly cut pieces of paper. That you are going to join together. There are two notches, one on either end, and you'll join them together like this. I'll just show you, and then I'm going to let you do it. Okay, it goes together like this, makes kind of a circle with a little bit of a tail, and then you're going to get another one, and you have to work together to do this, and you are going to make it like this. So it's going to be a chain. This is not supposed to be done in silence. You're going to have to talk to your neighbors. You're going to have to coordinate, because once you get your chain made, you will bring it up and put it on the tree. So let the chain making begin. It's a quiet chain making. good so far. I'm not because they want to be out of the way. So,
They're doing a great job.
thanks for coming. I think we just about have all the chains. The last chains are being put on the tree. It does. Pardon me?
One time or two for the old Christmas tree.
I was just going to do one. I love this activity. It makes us all work together and we create this beautiful tree. And then tonight at the candlelight service, it'll be all ready. So we'll take 1 minute, less than a minute, and Tom will turn on the tree and see its magic. And Aaron will put one more chain. Okay. And now, would you join me singing? You can stand in Rise in Body or in Spirit, and we will sing, "O Christmas Tree." Let us extinguish our chalice with these words from Catherine McTeague. All these centuries after the story of the star, the wise men, the baby born in the stable, and the angels singing in their mysterious alleluias, we are lost and wandering still. We stumble at every step over our own greed or need or our ignorance or fear. Bethlehem is not a gentle city tonight. Its people are wise in the ways of clenched fist, the broken truce. Marked like them with the scars of ignorance and sorrow, we come to Christmas baffled as any shepherds by the music that sounded so high above us, the syntax foreign to our skeptical hearts. Yet we try to speak the language of hope, lifting ourselves toward the future with the dream of what yet may be. We remember that the heart of Christmas is hope. Hope that a child born homeless and in danger may grow up and be wise and kind. That the stars, serene in their darkness, have something to teach. That there are mysteries around us, among us, singing ethereal harmonies. New hope in ourselves rises then too, that we will learn one day, and in the nick of time, how to walk our path with truth and justice, how to bring peace to life on this earth, how to sing for ourselves the angel songs of praise and wonder and joy. And now I'd like you to please rise in body and spirit as we join together in our mission statement and then remain standing for the benediction and postlude. We welcome all as we build. And now for our benediction, I turn once again to the Grinch. Welcome, Christmas. Bring your cheer. Cheer to all who's far and near. Christmas Day is in our grasp, so long as we have hands to clasp. Christmas Day will always be as long as we have we. And now, let us join together and sing our postlude together. And it is written in your order of service.